So maybe you've sent a LinkedIn message and you can see that they've opened it and nothing comes back. No reply, no decline, just silence. Your first instinct is to assume something was wrong with the message. So you rewrite it. You make it shorter, you try a different opening, you take out the pitch, and you make it more conversational. And you get the same result. Open, seen, ignored. But here's what nobody's telling you. The message quality is not the primary variable. It's the format. And until the format changes, the reply rate isn't, because there's a specific reason why text messages in LinkedIn DMs are easy to ignore, and it has nothing to do with your copy. So we should think about what it actually feels like to receive a LinkedIn message from someone you've recently connected with. It appears in your inbox. It looks like every other message that you're getting. Your brain is ready to categorize it as you've seen this, you've been there, done that, and this is outreach. And outreach is something you deal with when you have time, which is usually never. So there's no social friction in not responding. You don't know this person well. They reached out to you. And so leaving it on read doesn't feel rude because the text message itself doesn't feel personal. It just feels like it could have been sent to 100 other people because it probably was. So now imagine the same connection sends you a short video. Your face appears. You're clearly talking directly to that person receiving it. And you've mentioned something specific about them. Something that proves that you actually looked at their profile, you looked at their content, their situation, and then you ask a genuine question. That is where a big change happens. And it's not because the video is impressive or well produced. It's because ignoring it now carries a social cost that it didn't have before. You've shown up like someone at a networking event. You walk over, you make eye contact, you extend out your hand, and the person is only, of course, going to reach back out their hand and shake that hand. That is the equivalent of what I'm suggesting here, is that watching that video and seeing the effort and responding has to come, because doing it with silence would be the same as somebody saying, I don't want to shake your hand. And again, the reason why this works so incredibly well is that LinkedIn is not a social media platform. It is a networking tool. It is a relationship building platform. So the more you start to change up your outreach using those types of methodologies, the same way that we would interact in a one-to-one conversation, you will start to see more wins. And so what I'm suggesting today is what is currently getting us an 87% reply rate. So almost no one is sending personalized videos on DMs. In fact, I have a booked sales call for later today. I wanted to send a confirmation of a call because that is good sales practice. And I sent a quick 15-second video. And I just open up the app and I do it right there and I send them a video. And what is the response that I got back? The person said, wow, that is so impressive. I never get introductory videos like this. It stands out because their inbox is full of just plain spray and pray text messages that are happening on the platform. When you send a connection request with a standard message, follow-up sequences, the same structure, it's just getting lost in all of the noise. Maybe even the occasional voice note will land in there, but personalized videos where they can see your face, they can hear your voice and know what you sent was specifically made for them, it's very rare and it is a genuine pattern interrupt. This kind of differentiator is so undersold on the platform, and I just don't understand why more people aren't using it and don't talk about this, because the insane reply rates that I get from people who are completely cold to people who I haven't talked to in a while, it just completely disrupts whatever is happening in their inbox and completely stands out. And people are just kind of curious too. Don't forget about that, is that they will click on play. And so as soon as they click on play, they see my face, they hear my voice. It is now moving from a business to business conversation and is moving into a head to head, human to human. And that is why sales are done in a face-to-face, a Zoom-to-Zoom environment, is that we need to humanize the experience. So when you send a video reply, a video outreach, it's being done in a way that is breaking through all of the noise online. So again, if we go back to the analogy of shaking a hand, if you were at any networking and say you wanted to talk to the CEO of a Fortune 500 company, and you walk right up to that CEO and you extend out your hand to shake their hand, they are of course going to put their hand back out and shake because it's really rude not to. There's this social contract that is being created. Am I saying that everyone is going to respond to every single video DM that you send? No, because that's unrealistic expectations. What I am saying for us personally is that we get an average of an 87% response rate when we send a personalized video on LinkedIn DMs, even when it's the very first time that we're ever having a conversation with them. But like any other good marketing tactic, we have to understand that the window that we are currently in does not stay that way. We have had video on LinkedIn inside the DMs for a while, but how long this is going to exist for, I'm not entirely sure. So this opportunity that we have to take. And I kind of think of this as like a wave. When we're surfing and the wave is coming in and you feel the wave at the back of your feet, you know that now it's time to stand up. And if you don't take that tiny little window, you're going to miss the wave and it's gone and you're just going to have to wait for the next set. Well, the set that we have today is currently booking us an 87% response rate. And whenever I actively run this activity, I will book calls straight away. It happens every time I use it. There's a few key details that you have to understand that work very well with this. And the first one is showing proof of research. You have to show that you did a little bit of research, that there is specificity, that you didn't just record one single video and you're mass spraying and praying it. That is not what I'm suggesting. I'm suggesting that you use specificity to show that you've done a little bit of research, that you understand what their problem is, and how you could possibly have a solution to that. You have to have the videos short in length because you don't want to also go off and send them over a 4-hour video on the things that you can help with. You want them to have enough curiosity to get them to open and watch that video. So do not use generic videos for this because that's a really easy way and goes against all the psychology as to why this works so well. Is that they see that you put in some time and some effort, stands out from everything else that they're getting in their inbox, and they will open it, they'll watch it, and typically they will respond to the tune of 87%. So what we also see is that this completely shortens down the time it takes to get deals done. So before video, we'll send text, we do lots of follow-ups, we have to do all different ways and get together all of these touch points. This really requires very few touch points because we shorten it down, we put our face right in front of them, and we will literally get replies within hours, and we've shortened down how long it takes to get a booked call with our ideal clients. So if you want to run this 87% reply system, I have the ability for you to take a short masterclass. It's about 40 minutes long, where I teach you the entire framework that I personally use and advise on my clients on how we get $1 million deals done using this system. If you click on the link below, it's a $7 one-time payment. I will show you the exact frameworks and systems that we use to get these booked calls. I'm even going to show you a quick little hack that ensures the exact follow-up to use every single time that you send a video. It's a great little psychology trick that works really, really well to make sure that we always get a reply. So if you like this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe because every single week I put out brand new videos on just exactly how we're using platforms like LinkedIn and Meta to book B2B sales calls. Cheers.